Hey everybody, it's Roger Death here, and today we're going to be looking at another game from Shhabbazz. Again, not sure how to pronounce his name, but I will do my best. Again, this time he will be referred to as a Protoss player, because we're going to be watching as a Protoss as a PvP. And again, I did roll to see what race his opponent would be. So in the bottomish right, or in the rightish bottom, we see Shhabbazz who once again is the guy that sent in the replay. He is the red Protoss. Whereas in the upper right, we have Believe, the blue Protoss. So PvP, this will be interesting to see. Again, this is cold. I have not seen this replay before. Otherwise, I would not be casting it. I would want to make sure that you guys understand, though, that I am not the I don't have tons of knowledge when it comes to PvP. The extent of my knowledge is basically just I'm going to build stalkers and immortals, and I'm going to win with that. That's how I do it. So we get to see Believe. It looks like he's going to be going for a fast expand, since he's already got the pylon being placed down here. This is a very vulnerable pylon position, though. It's something I'd like to point out. He is behind in probes, actually, because of that late pylon. And that's giving Shhabbazz here a bit of an advantage. Sending out another probe, actually, with some minerals, even. I'm not sure what's going on here. Yep, forward fast expand from Believe. I don't know how well it works against Protoss, but again, this is a very, very weak forge, not expand from Shhabbazz. But like I said, this is a very vulnerable pylon. I probably would have liked to see this placed back here and then cannon in its place or something. Meanwhile, down here, this is a much more secure pylon. You have to destroy at least one building over here to get into it, to attack it. No guess from either player haven't been taken yet. And Believe is going to... Oh, that's right. The Nexus is 400, not... Oh, you see the first cannon down. But there's space there. I think there's actually a bit of space there, too, where people can get in. Yeah. I mean, if not, it's going to be extremely close. Shhabbazz instead... Oh, wow, that's 3. Okay, so he blocked that part off, but there's still this little channel here, and then there's all this wide open area over here. So going triple cannon over here just means that they're not getting in over here. They just run right on through here. I think in a secondary pylon, just to make sure that these cannons just don't get taken out by the loss of a single pylon. Probe is in Shhabbazz's base, whereas Shhabbazz doesn't have anything in Believe's base. Believe, chrono boosting a probe that he can't actually support. Nexus actually goes down for Shhabbazz first, which is kind of... Wow, that's a lot. That was a big probe pull, though. But that's actually kind of interesting when you remember that the person going for the forward fast expand is Believe. So we're seeing a bit of a difference there. I just want to check what's going on here. Nothing really. Okay, cool. By the way, how do you guys like my new little overlay? I actually designed that one myself. So this is now a complete wall off. Save for maybe right here, but I mean that's 3 cannons. It's got to go right by that. Oh, that's not cannon. That's right. So that will do some damage. Shhabbazz has already got the cybernetics core en route, so he's going to be able to get stalkers out and apply some kind of early pressure. Does he? He has the Zealot almost out. Meanwhile, I don't think we haven't even seen a finished gateway yet. Add more pylons. I mean, more cannons. Yeah, this is going to be really strong to defend against things, but it costs a lot of minerals. That's what, 750 minerals? It's 5 times 150. It's 750. Wow, I guess at that one I was right. Meanwhile, a much more conservative 1 cannon here from Shhabbazz. Much more sensible. It'll provide enough defense, especially since we're seeing the Stalker get chrono boosted out. Not seeing any chrono boost on the warp gate, though. I mean, we've got Chrono Boost saved up at both Nexi. We should really be seeing that Chrono Boost being used over here on the Cybernetics core. Robo Base, so it looks like I might actually be right. We might be seeing Zealot. You might be seeing like a Zealot, Stalker, Immortal. Which makes me think I'm not doing so bad. The probe count is slightly behind for Shhabbazz, but he's been mining longer off of it, and he's also got the two extra. He's got the two workers here, or the two attackers, the Zealots. So there we are. There's it. So we're going to see two Zealots, a Stalker, and a supply block coming out from Shhabbazz. Whereas Believe has gone Pylon. Where the heck are all his? Oh, his pylons are. That should not amount to that much supply. I wouldn't think. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, 8 pylons. That'll do it. He doesn't need to build any more pylons for a long time. Straight into an observer and a warp gate or a stargate. Good lord, we're seeing tech all over the place here. But the only area he doesn't have any tech in, really, any tech buildings, is just gonna finish up there. Look at this army; it's actually fairly strong. No, of course it won't last long against this, especially with the sentry there. The sentry can hold this gap right there, because there it does appear to be a gap. I mean, look at that. That's like wide open. That's like saying, hey, run right in. Big supply difference, though. We're going to see a delayed 4-gate. The observer does take a hit from the cannon, but he can take up to 1 without taking any hull damage. It's going to build a photon cannon over there so that this observer is kind of stuck in. Build another photon cannon back here. Lots of photon cannons from Believe. That's going to really cost him, I think, in the later game. Meanwhile, you see ground armor 1 being researched from Shhabbazz, with 2 more gateway going down and a fleet beacon. He's gonna just go straight up mothership rush. Another observer out on the field, useful in case they decide to go DT, but I don't think we'll see that. We see the warp gates are being indeed warped into warp gates. A single observer coming out for Believe. No big deal. Another immortal coming out. You see, I don't mind building these 2 sentries now, or the 2 turrets now, because we've gotten a pretty sustained economy going here. Both players are like right next to each other. The economy is pretty much the same. The only difference is more minerals are being mined from Shhabbazz instead of gas. But you definitely have, at this point in the game, I don't see any issues with getting more of these. It's not a big deal. But ooh, the mothership's actually not being researched there. It's being warped in from the expansion nexus. Oh wow, that thing's take up 8 supply. I didn't realize that. 2 more gateways being added on for Shhabbazz. So we'll see a 4-gate now. The immortal count is getting higher with the 3rd one on its way. Good lord, cannons! Cannon. Yeah. How many freaking cannons has he built? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 times 150 minerals. That's not cheap, people. Those costs start adding up. And fairly quickly, too. I want to point that out. That's not a cheap investment. Proxy pylons being warped in for Believe. But he's got almost no army, whereas Shhabbazz has got a tremendous economy and a good army here. Observer just gets completely cleaned up, but it does see the mothership. A sentry-only army. Whoa, 3 more. How many gateways does Believe need? Actually, I'd say a few more. Because we are going to see 2 more gateways being warped in from Shhabbazz, along with 3 more pylons to unpylon block. Along with a Templar Archives. That'll give him the ability to make sure that... that's the Twilight Council, not Templar Archives. Way ahead of myself. That'll allow him to get Blink and Charge. Both of which would help him out in this matchup, honestly. Blink will probably help more, but Charge Lots will still do damage. A Carrier on its way, and for any of you wondering, he's wasted nearly 2,000 minerals just in cannon. Believe has. So that's a lot of cannons. That's 18. To be more specific, it's 1,800. So you could have warped in 18 more zealots. We see the force down here getting higher and higher, but the immortal count just gonna not make a difference. The immortal count is gonna just crush these stalkers. Won't be as good against the sentries, yeah, but it'll still be able to do good damage, good force fields, causing this army to kind of just, you know, it's taking them a while, but once those immortals are reaching the front lines, everything's just starting to fall down. That zealot somehow is still alive with 24 health, making it somewhat of a hero. That extra 1 armor does indeed help. First carrier is out in the field, and we're going to make another zealot. Or another immortal. No big deal. Immortals are actually really, really good against this matchup. I see nothing wrong with this. +2, however, is being researched. Grounds 2 is being researched for Shhabbazz, but that's not going to help at all with... Oh, and there it is. There's the vortex. Going to send all the units into it that we can. I think all the interceptors actually flew into it. Leaving the immortals out. There's 4 immortals. 2 immortals now on the field, but they all just came back out. And this stalker count just gets crushed. Mothership's still there, the carrier's still there. 4 immortals on the front lines. Another one coming in. Lots of zealots. This is a lot of zealots. We should see charge lots. Come on, research charge. You've got the money. Robotics Bay actually en route for Believe, along with 2 more robotics facilities. He wants to go pretty heavy Colossi. But he's got to contend with... He has to have an observer to be able to see anything in the ground, really. And I think there's an observer actually with this army. I cannot remember anymore. 2 more proxy pylons in the center here, but God, this base is just absolutely cluttered. There we go. There's the charge being researched. Very, very good. Shhabbazz in excellent position right now. Yeah, Believe's got cannons everywhere, but this army is just going to hurt. Third is also being taken. As we see, extended thermal lance and charge both being researched from Believe. 2 colossi on their way. Meanwhile, we see the carrier and the mothership coming out and trying to do some damage. But that oh, mass recall! Completely bypass all the enemy defenses. We're just gonna go straight into his enemy into his base. This is doing a lot of damage to Believe. Just wow, this is a lot of damage. Those colossi are not going to be able to help out enough against this. The immortals alone will just completely crush them. Plus the fact they can't even touch the carrier and its 7 interceptors. He's losing so many gateways so fast. It's really hurting him. This army though is just so strong right now. What happened to the first colossi? Oh, that looks like it got taken out like instantly. Because the immortals are just able to crush those colossi. 3 shots and they're down to no shields even. I mean, they just have so much damage against the colossi. This is going to be GG. His entire base has been destroyed. He's got almost no tech. He's got this base here, but there's no army really to deal with this. This is GG. He's got these Stalkers, but that's really about it. Some cannons, a Zealot or two, but and a probe gonna bring its way over. Believe just leaves the game. Not even gonna GG. So good play from Shhabbazz. I'm not sure whether ship rushing really is that effective though. I mean, it was a good. There were also a decided lack of upgrades. Really, we saw ground weapons 1 and armor from ground being researched. That's great and all, but you know, either more attack or more armor. It really needed to be researched. There was a decided lack of research. The immortal count was nice, though. How many freaking immortals did he have? He had 7 immortals on the field. Only which 6 of them are there. Where's the... Oh, here's the other one over here. 6... just... At 55 damage per first armored, and all structures are armored, by the way. That will just take down a cannon on, like, a single volley. That's a lot of damage. So, good play from Shhabbazz. Believe just seemed... He was content to I think he thought he was playing Zerg and was just probing up. I mean, he had lots of probes and not a lot of bases, and when this aggression failed and he saw the mothership, he really should have maybe gotten Void Rays or Phoenix, something to shoot that down right away. Stalkers were just not the answer to it. So, that's it for this game, guys. Thanks again to Shhabbazz for providing this replay. The next one we see from him will be a Zerg replay. What he will be playing, I don't know. Let's just roll the die now, and see. He will be playing against a Zerg, so it's going to be a ZVZ. What is with the mirror matchups that I've gotten? I said, okay, he's going to be Protoss. What is he going to play? Protoss. He's going to be a Zerg anyway. So thank you guys for watching. This is Roger Death signing off.